What's up, Cool Nation? Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 16 of the One on One podcast with yours truly, Tre Alexander. Today we got a special guest, our young star, Nusi in the building. And off rip, first question is, originally you were committed to Stanford,
Yeah.
and you after some things happened, you ended up here with us, and we all grateful for it. Kind of take us through like the experience and like what happened and what led you to being here.
Yeah, I think um, just spiritual intervention, that was a big part of it. Um, if I'm being completely transparent, like even before all that went down with Stanford and um, ultimately leading to, the Bachmeyers and myself coming here, there's a lot of, divine intervention going on behind the scenes and, before everything like that happened, like I said, and um, it's kind of like God was telling me, making me feel like, this ain't the place for you. And I felt it too. I was expressing my feelings to my family and everything, and went through some things as well with the coaches. And um, I mean, we all know what happened. Ultimately, I'm like, man, I just thank God for making all that happen because, like, it's kind of crazy, right? It's spring ball and head coach gets fired. Like, you never really hear about that. I think this is like the first time, and um, like I said, just want to thank God for putting me in this position. I'm so grateful for it too. Like, Coug Nation is unmatched. This culture is unmatched. Coach Kalani, him being Tongan as well is like that's unmatched. So just being able to play for this program and team and coaches is just a blessing for sure. So yeah, it's kind of my, my thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even think people realize. I mean, I know you remember like when you came on your visit
Yeah,
and we was paintballing, doing all that stuff together. I personally for sure thought you was committing to BYU right away. Like I'm in my head, I'm like, yeah, he coming here. And I remember when you had committed to Stanford, I had text you and I was just like, I wish you the best of luck. Do your thing.
yeah,
You always got support here. And then when all that stuff happened, you end up signing. I was just like, yeah, that's crazy. Like I don't know, like if y'all knew, but that jump was crazy to us. Like especially just like seeing, cause like I watch his film obviously, and then being on the visit with him and things like that. Hearing everybody like, well, Nusi this, Nusi that, he's so good. I was like, let me go see how good he is. And you know what I mean, you the truth. So yeah, nah. When
appreciate
you
that.
when you committed to us, like it was crazy. Like I remember like that whole situation, especially like with you coming here, and then we get our starting quarterback from there. Then you get Tiger along with him, and
Yeah,
a lot of pieces fall that people don't even realize for like our roster to be where it is now. And I mean, the trees helped us do that. So
nah,
yeah, no, it's
exactly.
crazy. How was it like playing against Stanford? Obviously going like commit. Well, you didn't even get to play, so
Yeah.
how was it? Being on the sideline for them. I know you personally wanted to play a lot. So, really, the whole question I asked: how was it being hurt and like having to miss time beginning of the season? Like, how did you stay mentally locked in and
Mm.
focused? Especially like when it would have been easy for you to just slip up and be like, "Nah, man, like I'm not feeling it right now."
Yeah, no, that's a good question because like I was just thinking about that today too. Just like kind of my identity started to slip because of it. I felt that because I wasn't playing or I didn't have football that, um, I wasn't myself and everything and whatnot. And just going through that process for those couple of weeks, it was just kind of crazy. I never been injured before, and it's my first time sitting on the sideline and everything like that. Watching the team go and, um, leading up to the Portland State game, I just really had to ask myself, like, man, who am I going to be outside of football? And finally found it once I seen you guys on that Cougar walk for Portland State and just seeing y'all just brighten up my day. And I'm like, okay, it's my purpose. I'm supposed to help the boys out and bring that energy. Even though I'm hurt, I'm going to do my best while I'm injured to, bring some juice, like we always say. And and then invest in myself and invest in my time into other things that's not football, but like you said, staying locked in as well. Just making sure I'm still communicating with the coaches and the trainers and staying on top of the playbook. Just the installs and everything. And so when I get back, I feel like I belong there still. And everything like that. And it was a good process. Like it was a blessing. Obviously, you don't want to be hurt as a college athlete because I mean this is your job most of the time is to come play ball. And it was a gut wrenching feeling, but just a blessing because I got to find out who I really was as a person outside of football, and um, you know I try not to let it define me. And so now we here, and I'm feeling great.
Yeah. Next question I say is, obviously you being back in football or whatever, your first couple college games, has college football been like everything you pictured it to be? Like, has it been funner than you couldn't expect it? Like, what's your take on it? Like, especially like you played in some big road games with us, Arizona
Yeah.
being the first one back. So like, how has that like experience been for you?
Nah, yeah, like I didn't expect it to be this crazy. Like, Arizona was crazy. Obviously, it's raining and you get the weather delay and everything, but just the atmosphere, just finally stepping on the field, a college football field, and it was kind of surreal. My parents were talking about it a little bit, and just how proud of me they were, and everything like that. So just kind of feeling that as well, and getting that validation from others was pretty cool. But the Utah game, second game being back, yeah, first snap I was in, I couldn't feel my body, dog. I was like, man, this is crazy, dog. I was looking around for a little bit just to see it blue and everything, and just the crowd was making me nervous a little bit. It was our home crowd too, and I was like, man, you guys are crazy, dude. Like, I didn't expect it to be like that. So if anything, it kind of exceeded my expectations. I mean, I expected it to be crazy and whatnot and have its challenges, but I was like, man, college football different. Like, it's definitely something you got to mentally prepare for well.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because, like, even with me, like, I'll say beginning of the year, it didn't. Well, I played a bunch last year, so the crowd wasn't really, like, too crazy to me. But, like, with me being a starter for the first time, I remember, like, I was telling people, like, before games, like, beginning of the year, I used to have, like, you just get them butterflies and be a little nervous and things like that. But then I told them, like, it started really the first game I got my pick, West Virginia. I was in the stadium and I just didn't feel no nerves in my body at all. Like, I just felt good to go. Like, I knew everything felt good, crisp. Like, and then after I got the pick, I mean, every game after that, it just felt like, I mean, it just felt normal to me now. Like,
Yeah.
Arizona game, I think that's probably the most locked in I've ever been in a football game.
Mm.
Like I was telling DBs on the sideline, like, in that moment, especially us on defense, we knew like every single play had to be made for us to win the game. Like, we couldn't have a slip up, especially being in the secondary. Like, we give up a catch or something, this could be the game. So with that just being in your mind, and Coach Hill always talks about, like, when you having to hit the flow stage, you gotta have a good challenge against you, being in a certain situation to make you rise to the occasion. And I think that game, like, I wasn't necessarily in the flow state, but that was definitely a game. Like, I just felt like, yeah, like this is us, like this is me. This is what college football is.
Yeah.
You get a double OT game, everything on the line. You running man to man for 4 straight plays. It's just like you versus they best guys. Like, who gonna win? Like, that's kind of what you dream of as a DB. And it was just like that game was crazy. And then, I mean, Iowa State, like, them boys, like, people don't know. It started pregame. Them boys was talking. Like, I mean, you could speak on this too, because you was out there. Them boys was talking crazy. Like, you can go first. I'm gonna go second, because I got a lot to say about them boys.
Yeah, nah, like, I mean, from what I seen, pregame and everything, just me mugging us a little bit. I'm like, okay, we gonna show you who we are, like Coach Kalani always says, like, they gonna find out for sure, So I wasn't thinking too much about it. When I got on the field, I heard a little chirping and everything, but I was like, man, like, let's see if you can hang with me, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, that was my experience of it. Like, I heard chirping and whatnot, but I knew what we had to do to get out of there and stuff like that. So,
I don't know. It was funny for me. So, like, first thing I seen, so people don't know, it was cold in Iowa. Like, I'll say pregame. Like, once we get warm up and stuff like that, I'm not cold, but like walking into the stadium, I mean, obviously you just woke up not so long ago. It's just cold. That's just natural human stuff. So we out there warming up, getting ready to go. We just like shirts and shorts warm up. One of their players walked by with no shirt on, with like a ski mask on, like trying to meme mug. And I remember he walked by, I looked back at him, I said, like, you tough? Like, you supposed to be a threat? Like, we supposed to be scared of you or something? Like, I'm like, bro, it's cold out here. Like, I'm not finna be the dude acting tough with no shirt on. Like, it's actually cold. Like, I was like, forget it, you got it. So then Tavion, he walked by me like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Trey. Like, he tripping. Like, it's really cold out here. So then one of the O-linemen walked by, a group of O-linemen walked by. I'm walking back to the locker room, because, like, my warm-up real quick before game. I don't do too much. JT talking. I see JT just laughing. And I walk by and the O-lineman was like, I ain't never heard of you. Like, you ain't on no film. That's what he was telling JT. I'm like, this is a starting D tackle. How he not on film?
How you not watching film?
Yeah, I was like, you must be watching film from 2 years ago. Like, I was like, how is he not on the film, like, out of all people? So then I'm like, all right. So then the game started, and first play of the game, touchdown, whatever. We run down the field. I'm grabbing Foley and T.Y. I'm like, come on, field goal block, line up, let's go. And because, we always talk about next play mentality. Like, the play happened, so what, now what? Like, what we going to do about it? We got to respond. So number 0, he run down the field, he get the popping, and he like, I told y'all can't with us. We gonna do this, and that. So he get to talking. I'm like, bro, it's the first play of the game. Sit your ass down. Like, it's the first play. I was like, literally, the very first play of the game, you get to talking. So later in the game, the play right before halftime, we get a sack. So we got a sack, and I was just turned. So 0 walked past me. He's like, I ain't never heard of you. I'm like, I ain't heard of you. You got 1 catch for 7 yards. Like, I haven't heard of you either. Like, who are you? So then people, like, 10 people run off the sideline. They, like, talking, and I just, like, it was just me and, like, 10 of their people. I walked up face to face. Like, I headbutted one. I'm like, what? I'm just telling, like, I had a choice of words for all of them. The ref run over there and Kobe run over there. And they're like, Trey, like, just do this and that. And I walked in the locker room. I was like, bro, they just turned me up. Like, I'm locked in now. Like, I'm ready to go. So I just remember getting in the locker room and telling all the DBs, like, bro, I'm pissed off now. Like, because I don't know, the talking fired me up. So as ironic as it was, we get back out there on the sideline, second half in the start. People don't know, but the first play they wanted to take a shot at me. Yeah. Ville ended up getting a sack, but they wanted a shot at me, but it was blanket coverage. Mm-hmm. And I told myself on the sideline, I was like, what would you do right now? You know, you're talking to one of their best receivers. I was like, a shot got to be coming. I just told myself that. So I backed up. Initially, I'm at like 7 yards. I backed up to 9 yards, give myself enough space to read it. It was like a double move type of route. Read it perfectly. Look back, we got a sack. I was talking crazy. Then we get towards the end of the game. The 4th down play, I got the PBU on. The 3rd down, number 0 walking past me. He's like, we got to get you out the field. Or he said something like that. And I said, shut up, and then y'all can put whatever filler words y'all want to. I told him, no choice words. The Ev just started laughing. So then I got the PBU. When I blew the kiss, people thought I was blowing at the crowd. I was blowing it at him. Like, we was running back across the field, and I just seen him. I was blowing the kiss at him. I was like, yeah, take your ass home now. Like, and after the game, he like, oh, yeah, man, like, mad love, mad respect. I'm going to talk that talk. I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I'm going to talk too. Like, yeah. I think people don't understand when they play at BYU. Like, we're on that. Like, we're ball players too. Like, we're not just going to shut up. And, like, Coach Hill always big on that. He's like, don't do nothing stupid, but I'm not telling you to back down either. And that's just my whole point. I'm like, bro, I'm not soft. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm from Georgia. I don't know what you think this is. Like, I really grew up in football. Like, everything you think you can say to me, like, I love that. Like, I love the talking. So, yeah, Iowa State, and they fans was talking crazy. Like, one of the dudes, I ain't cat, them boys a little suspect up there in Iowa. We walking out the tunnel, dude pick up his phone, screen say something like, Darian choke me daddy or something. I'm in the tunnel. And, like, I'm laughing, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, gang, like, you a grown-ass man. Like, what's like, I'm like, y'all, and they recording, I'm like, y'all think this is funny? Like, that's not weird to y'all? Like, you a grown man. Like, yeah. I'm like, bro, them fans was weird. Like, Iowa was weird. And I was like, besides Wyoming, that's the worst state I've ever been to.
Yeah. We were wondering, right, Kev? We had a question, does Trey dislike Ames as much as Laramie? Right?
Nah. Iowa was better than Wyoming.
Okay.
Because, like, for, like, a lot of rankings go into it. So, for us, we wasn't in the biggest hotel. It was, like, you know, like, one hotel, like, you would take, like, your kids on an AAU team, like, something quick. But, like, for us, so we've been staying, like, we went to ECU and Arizona. We've been staying in hotels that was too big. Like, it take 10 minutes to get to, like, the team events or whatever. So this hotel probably take, like, 2 minutes or whatever. So, like, for me, like, it was perfect. The hotel was cool for us. Like, we was only there for 12 hours, maybe 16 hours. So it wasn't bad. And then, like, the away locker room had enough space for everybody. Yeah. You know, Wyoming was in there really sitting knee to knee, and we couldn't move. So that's what made the hate for Wyoming so strong. It wasn't even just a place. It was just, like,
the cabins, the locker room, the food.
Yeah, like, when you get to the locker room and things like that, you're not expecting, I mean, it's a away game, so you're not expecting the locker room to be the best thing, but you want enough space to the point where, like, you could be able to move around a little bit. But, like, if you in there knee to knee and you a bunch of grown men, like, dudes getting changed and all that, you can't move. And, like, you don't want to move. So, yeah, like, even after that game, I remember people, like, last year wasn't even showering. Like, people like, bro, we just going to shower in Provo. It's a 45-minute flight. We just going to shower at the crib. Yeah. And I'm like, hell nah, bro. Y'all tripping. Like, we get on the plane. Like, this closed air. We gotta get in this water. We got to get in this water, get some soap on our bodies. Y'all boys tripping. But, yeah, nah, Wyoming was terrible.
Yeah.
How you like Ames?
It was cool. Like you said, it was convenient for us. Yeah. Like, we wasn't there for too long, so yeah, in and out business trips. So
yeah, I know you'll never go back and watch, like, the broadcast. Probably maybe till the off season you'll go watch the broadcast version. But the fans, you know, you're talking about the fans, little strange, little out there. There was great just devastation in that fourth quarter or so. Yeah. Shots at the fans, you know, guys in these, like, ketchup and mustard colored overalls and stuff with no shirt on, and they're just like, what happened to us? Like, how are we here right now? So there's some great shots of that in the broadcast version. If you ever get a chance, go back and watch it.
Oh, yeah. I got some in the video I posted. Like, you got You got the fans' hands on their head, dudes in there.
Yeah.
They was just sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, them boys, shout out Anna. Yeah, them boys was sick because like
dog.
I'm telling, they was talking crazy. Like, and it's my favorite part of the game that I don't think people got to understand. And I was just talking about this earlier. One of the reasons that we were so energized, for one, like before we even speak on halftime adjustment stuff, my guy pulled up on us when Tyler Batty walked onto that sideline. And he just walked up to me, like everybody face, like, cause he talked to the DBs, for our face just lit up, and it was like Batty was back on the team with us.
Yeah.
After every play, Batty on the sideline, like he turned, he talking how he used to talk last year. He giving chest bumps, dabbing people up. He just like, and when his energy it was contagious. Like when Batty came on the field, like I don't know, I just got turned. And then his wife was down there with us, and everybody was just like, I don't know, the energy Batty has is just enough for everybody. So when he came on that sideline, I definitely think it's something that helped. Like it put a battery in our back for sure.
Yeah.
Like it turned us up.
Well, Elena's got energy too, man.
Yeah, nah, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
she brings her own energy too. So.
Yeah, nah, Batty was. Yeah. What was y'all halftime adjustments from like a D line standpoint? Because I'm gonna tell mine from the DB standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Hill came in. I think we remember. You
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Coach Hill got on all this.
get in the fight, man. Like that was our words, especially for that half. The second half was, getting in the fight with these guys. Like we played soft, in my opinion. Like from what I seen, and obviously from what the coaches seen, we wasn't playing like ourselves. And second half, yeah, it's like, I mean, in the locker room, there's a lot of choice of words you can put together, and but it ultimately fired us up to go back out there and show them who we really are as a D line and as a pass rush unit and run stop unit and everything like that. So it was we made pretty good adjustments. Like I think Coach Hill said it too. No play call changed. It was just our mindset going into it changed, and we understood what we had to get done.
Yeah, it was funny. Like for one, so like obviously me and Coach Hill got a good relationship off the field. So when Coach Hill come in the locker room, we like the way the locker room was. Every like position group was kind of divided. Like so, it was like safeties and corners was together. It was like a bunch of imagine a bunch of slits and all the position groups in different places. So he over there with the backers. He like everybody bring it up. So everybody walking. He like hurry y'all asses up. Like I'm telling y'all, come on. So Coach Hill yelling. He like oh. So everybody get to running up there. Yeah, he like getting the fight. And I remember we went back down and sat down. And Coach G always asked the DBs, he like how they is, like how y'all feel. And it was something we was doing different in the secondary, like in the first half. And like I wasn't a fan of it. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember I just was like basically talking like, Coach, these exact words. I said, Coach, with us. I said, Coach, we can play man to man on them the rest of the game. Let's go get in their face and challenge them. I said, forget everything else. Forget how good the quarterback is. Forget scheme. I said, it's us versus them. Let's just put us in their face and let us go handle business. And then G just looked at me. He was like, let's play ball then. And then all the DBs like, yeah, it's time to play ball. He said, because Ev was getting taped. He was like, you heard what Trey said? And then Ev like, all right, bet I agree. And then the whole second half for us was literally like, so every time we called, man, we was like relishing that opportunity. Like that's all we wanted from like a DB room. Because like in the first half, they was hitting us with a lot of curl routes and all just the
Underneath.
Yeah, all the underneath stuff. And I was just like, it was cool and all, but like they're not really doing nothing to beat us. Cause like Rocco, he's a good vertical passer, especially like dropping the ball in the bucket. But in my head, I'm just like, we faster than their receivers, we better than their receivers. I was like, if they gonna beat us, they gonna have to beat us deep. Cause we ain't finna let them just hit us underneath the whole game. Like,
Yeah.
So then Coach G was just like, and that's one thing I honestly give Coach G so much respect for. Like, he's a player's coach. Like, he honestly gonna listen. And like he played DB himself, so he know how it is. Him and Eddie. So Eddie was just basically telling, like when I said it, Eddie was just like, all right, that's cool. He was just like, make sure y'all reading y'all keys and trusting yourself and just like basically just play ball. And G was just like, yeah, I'm on board with it. So that whole second half for us was just like, yeah, like it's time to just go get in their face.
Do you feel like in the first half they ran a lot of inside, like whether it was duo, trap, counter, and they were getting like 9 yards of carry? And then it also seemed like they were throwing to the boundary side flats a lot. They like to hit, was it 19 or somebody on the 5 and outs or the little arrows to the
1884.
Yeah, 18. And it seemed like they wanted to attack that short side of the field, get rid of that ball quick to the flats, right? Easier throw, shorter throw. And I was talking with Kev about this. It felt like in the fourth quarter when you guys went up, there's still 14 minutes left in the game. I think you guys are up by a score, maybe 2. Maybe it was 2 because you guys scored Parker and then Falatau scored. Boom, boom. But they kind of panicked, I felt like. And instead of like doing what was working for them earlier on, which is run inside and attack the short side of the field with the pass, the flats specifically. They kind of try to open it up and go air raid. And I was like, that hasn't worked for you all game. Why are you going this? Like, you have 14 minutes. You have a lot of time left. You don't need to go 2-minute O or anything like that. But it seemed like they kind of maybe panicked a little bit and changed their play calling. I don't know, though. That's a fan's perspective. Do you think the play calling changed drastically kind of at that point in the game? Or
I mean, you can answer first.
I mean, shout out to the offense too. I think the third quarter we only had 7 plays on the field, and shout out to Tre too. It's probably the most important play of the game, chasing that dude down, forcing the field goal. K-Do had a big
baby
big plays, so like
crafty.
Yeah, like leading up to the fourth quarter, we had all the momentum. So we understood that, we got to take the momentum to finish this game, and I mean, Falatau picked that off. So like that was like the first play of the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So like all those plays just coming together and creating that little momentum for us to just keep going. I mean, I feel like they had no choice,
but to change it up,
because I mean, our run game was starting to click into our run stop game and everything. So
you guys had some TFLs or 1 yard, gains, which is still a win for you guys in that third, fourth quarter too.
Yeah, but I mean, from a front side perspective, it was just good to get out to the passer because fans are always correct too. Like you guys seen it. I mean, they started to pass a lot, so allowed us to pass rush a lot more, and these guys make plays like always. And so, yeah, that's just from my perspective. Like, if they change it, they change it. We gonna stop it out of the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they definitely was changing it, and right before Folly got the pick, we were always on the sideline talking to each other, obviously corners and safeties, just trying to get on the same page, telling each other what they expect. And I was just talking to him, T-Wall, we was all talking. I was just like, I don't think they're going to try to push the ball down the field on us because I'm like, especially with all the time stuff, I'm like, they haven't passed the ball vertically on us the whole game. Like, the first play of the game, they got us on the play, but that's one play, literally the very first play of the game. After that, you haven't had any pass, like, over, like, vertical over like 10 yards on us.
Right.
So like
some little digs, some little middle stuff with the tight end, some cute option routes. Like
like y'all getting over us, but like as far as pushing the ball vertical, I was just telling them like I was like they're gonna do dinks and dumps. They're gonna try to get the ball underneath, try to sit down in windows. And I just remember Folly play. He said he went for the ball the whole time. I personally don't think he did because I was standing right behind him, and it was crazy. Like I'm backpedaling, I'm settling. I think he went for a PBU low key, but the ball just happened to catch his hip because he kind of looked down at it. And I mean, but it was a play though.
It was a play.
And I think like that play right there, like when they had to throw the ball, like, I always I want to say this Friday night maybe, or like maybe even before then, I always tell Coach G, I mean, the corners, like you supposed to have that that arrogance and cockiness about you at corner night. That's the position. And I always talk. I said we was watching film that week, and I was just like, if they want to come out here and throw the ball on us, like they're gonna lose the game. I was like, there's no team that's just gonna walk in the stadium and say we finna throw the ball on them this whole game. We finna beat them. It's not gonna happen. Like I just feel like we stout in the pass game, especially like the corner room. With us having the two corners on the field and the nickel. Obviously, I don't feel like teams could beat us if they just try to throw the ball the whole game, especially vertically. Because like I mean, you got 2'6", 2'6'3" corners, and me and Maury, and then you got Ev. It's like I call them the best in the nation. Like I don't think teams could beat us throwing the ball on us. So when you got out there, and I always talk about like corner, like we always tell each other too, like if like especially with y'all up front, y'all stop the run and give them the pass. I mean, we marry each other. Like y'all able to go get the quarterback, we able to get picked because then the ball coming out high. We able to hold down our coverage, y'all able to get home because you got to hold the ball longer. So it go hand in hand. So when they came out there and they got in a situation where they had to throw the ball, like I mean, I knew we won the game. Like especially like even with the fourth down stop I had, me versus y'all receiver on the fade ball, 4th and 10. Like I like myself 100% of the time. Like I don't feel like that's not a high percentage throw because like we always talk about, even if your technique's not the best at corner or whatnot, you still got to throw the ball over me. Like I'm 6'2", and then with me jumping and then getting hands on, like that make that throw so much harder. So like I mean when they changed it, I mean I knew we had them, and it was just all the bittersweet. And people don't understand this too. Winning on the road is so much harder because you don't have like all your teammates with you, like that's juice crew. And you don't have the fans pouring into you. Like all the juice that you have is just off of each other. And a lot of people, they starters. So when you go on the road, we playing not only on defense, but a lot of us starting on special teams too. So all the energy that we gave it everything we had. But I just remember before the game, emphasis Just beat them and get out of Iowa. Like that was a big emphasis. Beat them and
Yeah.
just get out of town. So I mean, it was a fun win for us.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we're the first team to ever beat Iowa State in BYU history.
Yeah, that's
So-
their 0-5, I think, going into that. Is that right, Kev?
think
Oh,
so,
dang.
yeah.
Yeah, 0-5.
Yeah. So I mean, it feel good to be on the right side of history. You know, even though they was beating us in the leather helmet era and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Way back in the day, which is I don't see how people count that because you couldn't even
Yeah.
watch the game back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it felt good to beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy though. Like, I think last podcast I did was before Utah week, and I just come here to say 2-0 versus them. And I know they fans be tuning in. Like, you touched on the holy word, so before I get started and carry it on, how was your like? Besides, I mean, you know, you said your body was numb, but
Yeah.
how was your experience? You know, your first time, you know, being out there for a holy word game.
No, I loved it. Like that first play I was in, like I said, my body, I couldn't feel it. After that, I was straight. You know, I was rolling. Okay, I feel like myself now. But just embracing it too, it was kind of like, you know, growing up, you know, because I grew up out here and I grew up a BYU fan, and there's always big talk when the holy word came up, you know. And so finally being in the game is kind of crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know, this is kind of what our dads were talking about, you know, when I was like 8 years old, you know, not knowing what the holy word is. And, you know, now I'm on this stage, and all glory to God for that. But like, I don't know, because, you know, with our culture and everything, our standard is so high for ourselves. And like going into that game, we try to stay focused on the task at hand. Like, we got to win this game. And no matter who it is, we're going to perform like us. And it's about us. And I think that was the biggest thing, too, was we weren't arrogant about them, or it's not like we hated them or nothing. We loved them, and we carried that into the game and just played like us, you know. And so that was like a major thing I feel like contributed to the win. You know,
Yeah.
we didn't change who we were throughout the week. We stayed focused on us and knew that it'll come down to us to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, in my perspective, as fun as it was, you know, with that week and whatever, with all the hype, I actually hated it more than anything. And it wasn't from the team perspective. Like with us, we did what we do, right, regardless. Like our preparation was the same, our lifts was the same. I mean, everything we did was the exact same. But like you had so many cameras and you had all these people standing at your hotel and you had like all the outside noise and, you know, going out to eat that week, everybody's like, oh, this game means so much more. I remember telling fans, like, nah, this mean a lot to the fans. It don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
All it mean for me is a chance to go 7-0.
Mhm.
But I was telling them, like, I done beat Utah before. Like, I done did that. Like, so for me, like, I never lost to them, and I never, like, plan on losing to them.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, like, it was, like, business as usual, but, you know, you add in all the national attention you getting, and, like I said, all the cameras in practice and all the extra speeches, and all these people want to come to see the facilities and all the extra mics at practice and all that stuff. It kind of pissed me off. Like, I remember being in the hotel with Evan. I'm like, bro, I just can't wait for this to be over. Because people making it bigger than what it is, and to us, like, it's just football. Like, no matter that it's the holy word, we still got to strap up and run out that tunnel, run through that Y, and when the ball snap, you got to play ball. And, you know, one thing we always talked about, like, Coach Hill did a good job of preparing us. He just, like, you can't allow the atmosphere to get you geeked out of your mind and, you know, get to doing stupid stuff. Like, you got to, like he was saying, stay focused on the task at hand. The task at hand that week was beating them. And, you know, it's crazy because, like, it hurt my soul because I really supposed to have a pick at the end of the game and, like, game it. And it's crazy 'cause I caught the ball, but, you know, when we hit the ground, I knew in my head, like, knowing football, the tie goes to the offense. And in that part, like, I was like, I'm not finna fight for this ball, get a flag or nothing like that. I got up, was kind of like, all right. You know, that play still hunted me for, like, a week after, even though we won the game, just because, like, you know,
could have iced it.
Yeah, my background with they fans, like, but I told myself it was God. Because, you know, if I'd have picked the ball, I would have got a flag for sure. Because I was going to punt that mug in the stands, like 100%. Like, I was going to get a flag.
Yeah.
I was going to get a flag. And, you know, a lot of people be like, oh, act like you've been here before. But I actually haven't. Like, still my first start in, like, a rivalry game. But it was it was fun, you know, getting them doing all the extra stuff before the game and, you know, seeing, like, the talking and stuff. But, I mean, it was cool because, like, I want to say, like, even though it was a rivalry game, for the most part, the talking on the field was regular itself. Like, I ain't count though. Number 9 on their team be doing too much. The receiver, this man like put his hand in my mouth and cut my lip one play. Like it got so bad that game. I wasn't even talking trash that game because I knew myself. I was like, I'm gonna get us a flag if I get talking. I'm just shut up the whole game. Like, and it's crazy because like shout out Coach Kalani. You know, he always just like, Trey, just don't give me no more flags. Like, do whatever you do. He's like, you can skate on. He's like, you can dance with the line. Just don't give me no flags. So that game, I really had to have a lot of composure. Even Maury, Like Maury, one person who quick tempered. He more quick tempered than me, and he wasn't even talking that game for that very reason. Because number 9 was just doing the most. Like every play was like something else, and he was throwing mouthpieces in the stands. And I'm telling him, I'm like, ref, I'm trying to chill out and relax, but ref, like he provoking me right now. But I found a way to, it's about the team. It's not about me. It's not about me versus number 9, me versus Utah. It's about us versus them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a fun win. And my favorite part was like the field storming, just like being a part of that. Like, I mean, that's what college football is about. A bunch of college students, who pour their time and money into a university. I mean, they get to celebrate on the field with you after the game. Yeah. But see, I always told myself though, when the field storm happened, I always would be smart, always be on the outskirts of it. I always told myself,
never get trapped.
Yeah, I always told myself that I was like, if a field storm ever happens, I'm always gonna be on the outskirts. So as soon as the game was over, I ran straight to the north end zone and I stayed there and was taking pictures. Then ran all the way back around to the locker room. So I was like, I'm not getting stuck in the middle. Mess around, can't breathe. The fans gonna be all happy and slapping your helmets. And I said, nah. I took my helmet off immediately, gave it to the EQ staff, ran to the end zone. I mean, how was your experience of the field storming? Because I know you was turned.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the other side, so I went to go dap up the Utah players. And you already know, that's on the whole other side of our tunnel. So I'm over there. All right, good game, y'all. Good work. And then I see a bunch of people coming on the field. I'm like, oh snap! I couldn't find my way around, so I was like, I thought we were gonna do our fight song. So I was like, hey, where my team at? Where the team at? Where the team at? Everybody, more people just kept coming. I was like, man, and I was stuck in the middle of everything, and I was like, excuse me, y'all. I gotta find my teammates, man. I'm trying to find my dogs. I'm trying to celebrate with them, everything. But that's a huge shout out to Coug Nation. Y'all real ones for that. And like Tre said too, they was just in the way. To us, it was just a football game, but to them, it's the whole week they just turned, cameras on us. And
you got to deal with the harassment for a whole year if you're a BYU fan, and you guys lose to Utah. It's for them now, now I got every time I post something, I'm gonna have some dude in my mentions with the score, or I'm gonna have this, and now it's I can smile anywhere I go. I can roll around with my BYU license plate cover. I can do this, do that. No one can say nothing to me,
When they chant FBYU on game day this Saturday,
be like,
we already won.
Yeah, we already won.
Yeah, it's cute. I mean, even it was funny because I remember when on the Big Noon Kickoff when they posted it, I commented hard eyes or whatever, and that week was crazy in itself. A kid. He flipped from Utah to Missouri. He played on the same high school team as my little brother, Kanai Watts. Me and him like this. We played 7-on-7 together. So you probably don't know this, but I reposted it and just commented fire emojis. All the Utah fans in the comments going crazy. They called me everything. One dude he went in the comments and called me gay. I was like,
come on now.
Me out of me. You think me?
Out
of everybody, me. It was just funny. So I was like, all right, bro. Then the Utah fans I basically had a tweet from April, and a Utah fan said something to me. I was like, we gonna whoop y'all ass soon. Dude was you gonna have to delete this after the game, whatever. I was like, bro, I went to T-Wall. I was like, T-Wall, I'm not deleting this. We're gonna beat them. I knew we was gonna beat them.
That's what I'm saying.
It was never a doubt in our mind. We was literally, that game was the chillest. The game flew by too, but the game was so chill. And they was trying to get all the cheap ones, the play right before halftime, the fake kneel, hand the ball up. I'm like, bro, come on, bro, what are we doing?
You're just patting stats at that point, man.
Y'all want to make yourself feel good or whatever, but
yeah,
that game was, and then I got towards right before T-Wall pick, I was, grateful enough to get the tackle for loss because with me that game, I played good enough to win, but I didn't play my best. I feel like, I feel like I left some plays on the field. So when that play came, when I always talk to Ev, and the reference I give is going into the games, going into a shootout. And I was like, what's the point of going to the shootout if you're not gonna shoot all your bullets? So when that play came, I seen the quarterback opposite of me. Dan Pierre was on the left side of the field. He was hurt, obviously, so he couldn't block. So in my head, I'm like, all right, running back strong to me, number 9 over here. I'm like, the ball coming here. So as soon as it snapped, as soon as I seen the ball, I was like, I'm triggering. And as soon as I got him, I hit the leg, slip, next play, T-Wall, bag their receiver. But I was turning, but I remember we was on their sideline celebrating. I grabbed him. I was like, they messed around, get mad, sneak one up, punch us in the head or something.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That game just fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every time that game come up, I win. So 2-0 against them.
Was it the loudest you've been at Lavelle? Because I was a couple sections over me. I could watch them when we were all screaming in our section and going crazy and stuff. I look over and they were just nervous. They weren't yelling. I'm like, oh, it's been louder. It's been louder here. I think there were some guys in that stadium, BYU fans who don't normally come to the games, who spent a lot of money to come to this one. And like, it may not have been as loud as normal, but I don't know, it was still pretty freaking loud. What do you think?
It was hella loud in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like,
Facts.
it was played like, so that third down we left to do uncovered. Part of that, it was so loud. So we didn't get the call. Like, we didn't get the call at first. And then it was so loud by the time we did get it, we couldn't communicate with each other. Like, we got a dude that's uncovered. So that play happened. And then there was one play later in the game. Tavion in with me. They had two of their receivers over there, and I was trying to alert him. Like, I knew a play was coming. Like, he's standing right next to me. I'm screaming. I'm like, the play coming, the play coming, the play coming. And he just like this the whole time, like he can't hear me. So like, I'm just gonna press and like we just gonna play ball, I guess. But like we couldn't hear each other for a large part of the game. It was just like we're just playing ball.
As loud as you think it's been in Lavelle since your time here? Or louder or comparable? I don't know.
Only game I can compare to that was Kansas State, but I think that game was louder because like
It's
usually
excitement. Yeah.
yeah, like I think Utah might have been just because like when I'm on the field, I usually can't hear the crowd, but that's the first game I was able to hear the crowd when I'm on the field, like even though I'm locked in. So probably Utah game,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I say Utah game for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like to go on what he was talking about, like the communication. Maury's fourth down stop,
Uh-huh.
like pre-snap, you can see me looking at Ciale like, hey, I'm gonna charge. I'm a charge. And I'm over here trying to talk to him for like 5 seconds. I'm like, dude, he don't hear me. He's looking straight at the quarterback. I'm like, dang, he don't even hear me. Snap goes, Maury makes the play, and that's like being on the field. I was like, dang, place erupted.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool to see, like, experience that.
Yeah.
You know, we got the best fans in the nation.
I agree with that.
Yeah, no, facts. Would you say like, obviously you've been BYU through and through since, birth.
Yeah.
Would you say like this is the funnest time it has been to be a BYU fan of like sports in general, especially football?
Probably. Back-to-back seasons, for sure.
Yeah.
Back-to-back seasons factoring in hoops, for sure. 2001 was super fun. You had Luke Staley, Brandon Doman, Coach G was on that team. But they were like undefeated until the very last regular season game.
Yeah.
And so the hype just like kind of like it is right now, like just kept building all the hype. And then back then it was the BCS, so they would just pick two teams to play in the championship. And there was like people like ESPN was talking about how BYU should sue the bowl championship series, the BCS, because like they've got best running back in the country, they got good defense, they got a great quarterback, they got all these things. Reno Mahe, if you've met Reno, he's one of Kalani's dudes, but he was on that team. It was a good team. And they were like, did we get to 13-0 and then or 12-0? 12-0.
Hawaii,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and then they lost
The bowl game. But Staley was out, right, at that point. So
Yeah,
he went out in Hawaii, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, in Hawaii or before.
Oh no, it was
Hawaii.
the end of the game before Hawaii.
Yes. Yep.
So, but that was a really fun time just because everyone in the country was like every week was like talking about like, oh, BYU should be in, like they should be in, and they're not. So that's a little comparable, but dude, the year before that, the year after that, nothing. Like right now, if you're a Cougar fan, cherish it, my man, because this is about as good as it gets. Like in back-to-back seasons where you're basically thumping everybody. The hoops is rolling out. They're preseason number 10, and like it's kind of hard to argue they shouldn't be. You know what I mean? We're ranked number 10, and a lot of people arguing we could be even higher. Looking at some of the things. So, yeah, dude, this is it. Like this is it. Enjoy it. I think it's only going to get better. I feel like BYU's still trending higher, but looking at the past, like you gotta love this moment right now. It's a great time to be a fan.
There was like 06 to 09. I think it was 4 10-win seasons in a row.
Yep.
And then after that was Jimmer Mania. So that was when I was like, I mean, you were probably, I don't know how much you remember from that. I'm a little bit older than you, but like that was when BYU, like I fell in love with BYU. And then like 2012 to like, I don't know, basically up until Zach Wilson, it was just very up and down for
Year by year. Yeah.
it was very like year by year, and sometimes we were good, sometimes we weren't as good, but now
But I feel like in those,
We're
even those
taking off
teams,
now.
we were 10-win teams. Those were solid teams. You got Max Hall, you got Dennis Pitta,
Harvey.
Harvey, like Coach Unga, right? You got all these guys. Like those were great teams, but I felt like in all those years we would drop one
it's true. Yeah.
earlier in the year or so, and we kind of the structure of college football at that time is like, well, now we're out. So it was like it was still lit, it was still fun, and we would go play the spoilers. I went to that Vegas Bowl where we played Oregon State. We were both ranked in the top 20. They were both ranked in the top 15, and we just bulldozed them.
Yeah.
It was sick. It was a absolute beat down.
We beat Utah 3 out of 4 years, so that was
in that year. That was fun.
That was super fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Everything, but it's like right now,
it's way better.
It's way better.
You know, we're actually playing for more than just the best Vegas bowl that you can go to.
Right.
You know, we're top 10, playoffs on the horizon. We got freaking everything. Like, there's still everything to play for, and everything is in your guys' control, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think A-Rod and Coach Hill and Coach Kalani, like, they just have it. The whole program just feels like it's just trending up. And I don't know, that's exciting, man. It's probably the best time ever to be a Cougar fan.
Yeah, nah. From my perspective too, it's fun with us because like we winning and it's consistent and things like that. But like a lot of our team is so young. Like, I mean, you look in our secondary. Yeah, you look in this room right now. Me and Nusi both young. Him being a freshman, me being a true sophomore. And you look in the secondary. You got me for at least 2 years guaranteed. After this one, you got Folly, you got Tommy, you got Johnny who will be back. I mean, who is back. You got Ev who still got another year after this one. And you got him. You got Nusi, you got Todd Seeley, Fat Boy. You got all them boys. Up front, you still got Raider in the secondary with us. Pearson is gonna be like
Bobby Boucher.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
People don't know yet, huh?
People don't know.
They don't know about Cabello or Pearson yet.
Pearson Watson
Pearson
is the best like see-ball, get-ball linebacker I ever played with. Like, Pearson, real-life headache gang. Like,
he looks like an NFL player body-wise now.
You don't want to play against Pearson, like especially when he gets polished. Like, and it's crazy because like Pearson is insane, but I think it's the first time you've seen an insane player have a more insane coach. Like, Coach and Pearson is like, it's like giving like a commie or something, like a cyborg, and just letting them program him and just getting him to go. No, like I'm telling you, like
facts.
It's like Coach Enna has his own personal like little him, and he just able to program him to be a dog. And it's just teams don't want to see that. Like, I promise you, like Pearson crazy, bro.
Pearson a little crash out, man. Like, he don't even say nothing too. He just go hit something, first thing he sees. So I'm like, man,
bro. I remember like we was sitting in the team meeting or whatever. And Pearson sitting next to me, and one of his jobs was just like literally on this play, coach just like run through his face, like just run through a dude's face.
Yeah.
Pearson sitting next to me, he looked at me and said, "Trey, I give him CTE, give myself CTE, and live with it." I said, "Shit." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Like I live with it, Trey." I was like, "Yeah, that's the type of backer I want to play with." But like, nah,
true linebacker.
Yeah, like Pearson just don't care. Like, man, he hit one of our teammates in practice. I ain't gonna say names. He hit one of our teammates in practice so hard one day, like, coach. They got pissed. Like, they like, Pearson, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, then like take off running.
Yeah.
And Coach Hill wanted to be mad. He was mad for a little bit. And he was just like, for the rest of you linebackers, that's how you hit. Yeah. So like even like with Pearson, like they just wanted to be so mad at him. But like even Coach Enna started laughing a little bit because it's like a part of you, like you gotta coach it because like it's practice. But the other part of you is like, I mean, like he's a linebacker. Like you can't eliminate that element of his game. That's what he do. Like So people don't even know. But and then you look on offense, you got JoJo and Cody and I mean Bear. Like that speaks enough for itself. I mean Bear. I mean Tay's the most natural receiver on the team by far. Like just roll the ball out there and just throw the ball out there. Yeah. Tay got it, and then you still got LeMason after him. And then all the tight ends. So when you get Brock coming in, you get Reiner back. And then Ryder,
McKay Madsen.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying. That this is a great moment, and we should all love this and enjoy it because you got to enjoy the moment. You can't worry about the future, the past. You just got to always enjoy the present. But like looking ahead a little bit, you're like, oh man, it could get even better. Like it could keep trending up.
Yeah, we just keep winning. I mean, the more winning you do, the better players you get. I mean, that's how it is. I feel like I'm forever brag on this. My recruiting class was the first class under Coach Hill. I feel like we're gonna be the greatest class to ever come through here. But then you look behind us like 2 years and you getting 2 5-stars, and like Brock is a 5-star. I don't care what the ranking.
Yeah, the ranking services are all screwed up.
Brock is a 5-star, so you get 2 5-stars, well 3, include McKay. So you get all these dudes coming in together, like 3 5-stars in one class. Just crazy to think about. And in my eyes, like obviously when I'm playing people, stars don't matter, but like just the excitement it gives to like the fans and people to like I mean, we get to go brag on Twitter. Like, the fans get to like, oh, yeah, we signed 3. How many did y'all sign?
Dude, Brock and McKay are so physically impressive in person. Now, Ryder, I get what Ryder does is kind of these intangibles, like his quick, crazy athletic throws, this fast twitch, like crazy stuff. But like Brock and McKay in high school, like
Yeah.
you look at them and you're like, you look like you played college football for 2 years already, or 3. Like you've been lifting and in the development program for like 2 or 3 years, and you're in high school.
Yeah.
Like it's just, dude, it's a crazy time to be a Cougar fan.
Yeah, no, it is. It is crazy, but I can't wait till Reiner get back.
Yeah,
That's my guy.
yeah,
Nicest dude ever. Like Reiner is the nicest dude I ever met. It's just, like, I mean, y'all seen last year towards the end of the year, we getting the ball more. Like he got it.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see like when like him and Brock get to play together and things like that. That's gonna be crazy to see. But yeah, no. I mean, back to you, Nusi. What you think is the biggest lesson that the game of football has taught you?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Dang. I think just like the relationships, and I feel like a lot of people say that, but when I say that, I mean it truly. Like the relationships I've built, from Little League till now, like this is way different. Like these boys, you really love them. Like I was saying, like the Utah Storm, I loved it, but I was looking for the boys. Like I was like, man, where the boys at? I gotta celebrate with them. Like I gotta say what's up. Dap them up. So like coming in and building that bond bigger than football, and football plays a big part in it because you're on the field and you're taking that field together, and just understanding that and having each other back on the field. And I think that's the biggest lesson it's taught me, up until this point, because like when you go out there, you want to perform for them. You know what I mean? Do your best for them. You want to chase dudes down for them, so we can perform at our best. And I mean, yeah, being so young and everything, I think it's good for me to experience this now, because it'll take me on. Like I'll have these experiences for life. Like, with everybody, you know what I mean? Like no matter who it is, the vibes don't change. Like everybody the same. We're all very humble, and we're all ourselves. We're not afraid to be ourselves around each other. And I think that's one of the coolest things about us is like, man, that locker room is a brotherhood for sure. And you could tell when we're out on the field that, we all got, that connection, that bond with each other is very strong. So I think, just growing that relationship with y'all has been a huge lesson for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't think like people really understand. I mean, it's 365 days in the year, and 300 plus of them like you spending with each other. And like I was telling people, like, for example, when Thanksgiving, when everybody get to go home, I mean, it's just us. Like, it's the brothers on that football team and your coaches. Like, it's just family. Like, we do everything together. Like, you look into winter workouts. Like, when you're going through all that pain and all them workouts, you don't see no fans out there with y'all cheering y'all on. It's just each other, like, holding each other accountable for everything. You can go through summer workouts. It's just y'all. Y'all go through spring ball. It's just y'all. We went camping for all them days. That was a talking point to us at halftime. When we went camping and things like that, it was just us up there. A lot of people didn't have service. You didn't have all the outside noise. No, it's just you and your brothers, like, and it seemed like against the world. So when we take the field with each other, like, it's real life. Like, every single play, like, you're not just playing for you. New always says in his speeches, you playing for everybody in the locker room with you. You playing for everybody who wore that Y logo on your chest before you and after you. Like, it's just bigger than you. And when you get to do it with, like, Coach, you always talk about, like, people on your team is, like, going to be your best friends for life. Like, you're able to play for them and do it for them. I mean, it's the ultimate. Like, I mean, it's just fun. Like, imagine get to go do what you want, like, live your dreams out and go do it with your best friends. Yeah. And then y'all get to just run around and inflict violence on another man and talk crazy while you're doing it. And then, like, the perks of football, I mean, people, a lot of people you can go play football. You go get all the girls. You go get all the attention. You go get all the glory. And then boys being boys, you get to argue about who did it better when you get on the plane with each other. And, like, all the moments and all the memories fun. Like, I don't know, getting on the like, I love traveling so much. Yeah. Just get in the hotel with each other and you get to kick it, and you get on the plane after the game and all the vibes going and all the jokes, and you trying new food with each other. And, like, I don't know. It's special, especially me being here. I want to say this. I played 21 games at BYU. I'm 19-2, 2 years. So
crazy.
Yeah, like, a lot of people, like, I literally tell people, like, a lot of people can't say they ever went undefeated to a certain extent. Like, people can't say they went 9-0 or 8-0, and I can say I've done it twice in 2 years of college already. So, I mean, I mean, it's a fun thing.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's very fun.
That's why I just, as a fan, like, gotta just enjoy it, man. You gotta enjoy it right now because it's a great time, dude.
Yeah.
How big do you think this bye week is? Is it coming at like the perfect time? Like, is it like, is that just like another blessing? Like, we got it scheduled like at the very perfect time.
Yeah, God sent us this one.
Nah, for sure. I mean, you could tell like we're dealing with a lot of injuries, especially to some of our key players, and like this 4-game stretch. You know, Coach Hill's been talking about it. Like, it's going to be important for us to heal up and catch up on whatever we got to catch up on, and connect with family again. But yeah, it's the perfect time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it honestly is, because you get this bye week, and like a lot of the people like who banged up, you know what I mean, everybody banged up at this part of the season. Like, it's college football. Like, if you say you play that 100%, I mean, you must be Will Ferrin. Like, you feel me? Like, you're not
that ball, dog.
Yeah, like if you out there really on that field and you really like, you know, in contact and, you know, doing all these things, like something on your body gonna be hurting. That's natural. That's every team across the country. That's every person across the country. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. So the fact that we get this bye week, you know, Coach Hill told us before, you know, Iowa State game, you know, turn into a 1-week season. You know, we catch our breath on the bye week. You know, we'll be able to, you know, take a deep breath and get our minds right. So this week is perfect for us. Like, we get this week before, like he was saying, like a 4-game stretch, you know, and that's the money stretch. Like, Coach Tupou always talk to us about November. Like, we'd be in January. Y'all was talking about come November. You win out in November, you'll be a legend.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we undefeated. You know, we get a perfect bye week. You know, we get to go in November, you know, fresh, you know, mentally and physically. I mean, it's a big thing. Like, really, God sent us this one. Like, all the people want to talk about luck. I mean, it's luck that we got this bye week. This our luck. Not all the plays on the field. This is like literally like divine intervention. Like, we needed this bye week bad, and like it's crazy because growing up, you always like, I don't want no bye week. I just want to play ball. I just want to play ball. You get to college, you like begging for a bye week. You like, please let me get to the bye week. Like, please let me get out there and, you know, breathe a little bit. So now that we got this bye week, I mean, it's perfect timing for us. You know, everybody will be back healthy afterwards too. We'll be able to, you know, shake back and we'll be good to go. So yeah, we're glad we got this bye week for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, last question to wrap it up. You know, so far, you know, what's your favorite memory from this season?
Man, I got a lot. If I could name like 3, I say my first Cougar walk. That was crazy. Seeing my parents and everything, and just the environment. Second was that Portland State game. It was cool to see the boys, you know, in their elements and just perform the way they did. And, you know, anybody can say whatever, but that was us, you know, and we're going to continue to play like that. And like I said, just it goes back to the relationships we built. Just being able to see them in their elements and ball out the way they did. It was crazy, you know, it was surreal. And I say because I got so many memories though, but I say the Arizona game when we traveled, my first travel, it was kind of crazy. You know, I got to see, you know, and that's like you said, the bonds you build on traveling. I love traveling. You know, I've traveled 2 times out of the games I've been back, and, you know, like Secret Hitler, whatnot. Everything, it get intense, man. Like, but that's really kind of like, I love those moments, you know, because when you're traveling, like you said, there's no juice crew. There's really no outside noise either. Like, you know, we're tucked off in a way. We're not in Provo. We're, you know, a lot of fans and everything know where we're at. It's kind of just us, and we're able to bond together and everything. And so I say, like, yeah, those travels I've had was probably my last greatest memory.
Yeah, if I got 3, I mean, my first career pick, I mean, that speaks for itself. Like, I called it before the game. You know, it happened in hurry up offense. It was just see ball, get ball. So, like, that's a moment like you're never gonna forget for the ride. That's your first one. Like, that was my first one, and I was telling people it's my first one in 2 years because like it's my first one since high school. So for me, that moment is something I never forget. Another moment, the first time I got introduced as a starter, so against Stanford game, you know, seeing your face on that jumbotron, you know, whiteout game for the crowd, you know, that's a memory you'll never forget. And then honestly, third one, I say Arizona, just beating them because like a lot of people talk about like grit and being a battle tested team. That just showed you like how tough the team is. Like, for you to be down 10 points with 4 minutes left to go in the game, and you got to look each other in the eyes and just like go spill it for each other, like right here, like ain't no slip ups. Like we finna go get it stopped, and just having the belief that we had in each other in the moments. I definitely say like the Arizona game, like it showed you like, yeah, we can do it. Like we the truth. We won that one. Like I just remember going to the locker room, like, yeah, and we was all like, yeah, y'all know who we got next too. So just having that game and then the other game right after it. So yeah, but yeah, man. To wrap it up tonight, and thank you for being on the podcast. You know, want to give you a Cool Connect hat. You know, officially welcome you to the family. So
It's that drip.
yeah, we appreciate you for being on. And any words you want to say to Cougar Nation to wrap it up?
Yeah, y'all the best fans in the world, man. Like, the love y'all showed me, throughout my process and everything. I never had a chance to really thank y'all, so I just wanted to thank y'all right now. And with everything that's happening, like you said, we on the uprise right now, so we need y'all support. We need you guys' juice, everything, especially after this bye week. We need to feel Cougar Nation again for sure. So I appreciate you guys again, though, from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the best in the nation, and ain't much to say from that. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 16 of the One-on-One podcast with yours truly, Tre Alexander. Special guest Nusi, Jake, Kev, as always. Just thank y'all, and we'll see y'all next time. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.